Okay, so I'm back. Um, Hello guys, this is Estela with Leonesa Nica, and today we're gonna talk about um, clutter, decluttering, and everything in between that I can think about. Especially those projects that have been sitting there, and I always say I'm gonna get to them, and I don't. But before I do that, I wanted to show you this wall. I had already made a video starting, but I didn't know how to click back. But that's my part of my wall. Move back. And there we go. That's my serger. That's my front window and my Juki. And that this right here that you see covered, that machine that's covered in, it's my biking designer one. It's an embroidery and sewing machine, and I have more, but I don't want to show it because I'm a little embarrassed to see. Okay, guys, so how many of you are procrastinators? I'm one of those, okay? I don't know about you, but I'm one of those. And I don't know why, when that started or how it started, and I had never noticed it, but I'm a procrastinator, okay? Um, I love cutting and getting projects ready, and then something, life happens, something else happens, and I just don't get to it. Or I do it and leave it halfway done and I won't complete it. Well, I no longer do that. So, because of that is one of the reasons why I haven't done much of what I want to do in my other videos, you know, because I decided that I need to clean up and declutter, and that also includes completing projects that I want to have done. And it's mainly clothes that I want to make for me, that I've cutted and not completed. Some of them have been sitting in a tub. Some of them I cut because I needed to do like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get around to it because, I ended up getting a job for someone and I didn't complete it and things like that. Um, However, if you are like me, you will relate. Now, when I'm one of those persons that when I have a lot of worried or anxiety, I tend to work a lot. I tend to get to work, and mainly not the working, honestly, is mainly the cluttering. But I'm one of those people that needs to clutter to declutter. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, I have to sort things out so it looks messier, and then I start cleaning out so I can get rid of stuff I don't need and then just keep the things that I really need and that I really use. If you're in the sewing world for the garment making, you will relate to me, especially if you're not close to a industry, a fashion industry, uh, um, let's say areas such as like LA. Los Angeles, California has an area in LA, which is Los Angeles, that is called the fashion industry, and um, it's just a bunch of streets, and you find all kinds of fabrics and everything that has to do in the sewing world, from like just a sewing pin to anything you can think about. And the prices are from like a dime to like a bunch of money. So when I used to live in California, I now live in Arizona. So when I used to live in California, it was easier for me to get a hold of what I needed. And now that I live in Arizona, that doesn't happen. So I keep I have to keep stuff storaged, so when I do need it, I know it's there and I don't have to run about it. And maybe that's the reason why I ended up procrastinating, is because I know I have everything I need for my sewing. Um and more. And the more is the problem. Not everything you need, but the more, the extra. So I decided not to do or to cut any more projects that I'm not gonna do at the moment. I want to go back into that mode where I used to cut something. I would cut like 2, 3 garments and I would tackle them that week. I want to do that again. I want to be able to do that again. I want to be able to get into that mode where I would be creative within reason of time. Um, so if you've gone through this, you'll understand what I'm saying. The other thing is when I cut garments, I make sure it's not the same piece because I don't like working on the same thing over and over and over. So if I cut a dress, then the next garment is not going to be a dress. It's probably going to be shorts or a top or something else. And then the third garment, same thing. I'm not going to make something that's probably, something I could wear on top, but maybe a garment for underwear. Or maybe I decided to make a handbag or some kind of craft. And I would like tackle that like within the same week and not have a problem with it. But now, ever since I've been making stuff for other people, that doesn't work the same way. So now I decided, okay, well, I have a bunch of things I want to make, especially for the vintage wear, because I love vintage and that's where I'm heading. And a lot of the stuff that I've cut is already vintage wear. I just never got around to it. How long? Oh, the oldest one, honestly, it's been sitting in a bag for probably 6 years. Then after that, and I'll show you. Let me just show you. Okay. So right in this bag, I have 2 dresses. And I know one of them is halfway done and I haven't completed it. And the other one, I don't remember anymore. So that's why I need to tackle these things. Because I want to make them. If I don't wear them, I can gift them or sell them or whatever. But finish it. My goal is to finish it. Then on here, right here, this bin right here, I have other stuff. That stuff I'm keeping. I'm wearing it because it hasn't been over 3 years, so I already went through it, and I know that some of them are just new. I'm using new fabric, and some of them are upcycling, which I'm big on that. I love having clothes that won't fit me, that someone else, or men's shirts or stuff like that, and restyle it into something else. So I know I have a few in here in that bin, and I don't think it's been more than 3 years that it's been sitting there, but I need to get to it. So I'm gonna hit that. So I'm gonna get that done. Then this bin right here, which I'm gonna show you. This bin right here, that's a little basket. Look, it's just a small basket. Those are like 4 tops that 2 of them are halfway done, and I think I got busy with something else and I didn't finish it. It's been sitting on there for a year. I know, guys, I'm ashamed of saying this, but I need to let it out so that I can get to it. And the last, oh no. Then, mass situation happened when the pandemic, so here are, that's the basket underneath. You can see that right here. This right here, what I'm touching, those are masks that I'm gonna finish up, but those I'm gonna be making at least 10 of them a day so that I can get them out of the way. And then in this basket right here, the pink basket on top, this one right here, those are 3 tops that are easy to make. I probably finish them, all of them, in 3 hours. I'll probably be able to finish those 3 tops. They're already cut. The hardest part, the longest part for me is cutting garments. The easier part is to put them together. And my last bunch would have been what's in this bag. And it's a bunch of, I think there's at least 5 shirts that I bought at Goodwill that were men's shirts and turned them into female shirts, different styles, using the dummy behind me or the mannequin. There's also heirloom dresses for my granddaughters. There's 2 of them that I have to finish. I just have to, they're just little things that I need to do to complete them. And then I also cut 2 sets of shorts and tops from the 80s fashion that same thing, they're easy breezy. So that's 2 sets of that. And I know I cut 2 pair of shorts from the 50s and 2 or 3 tops from the 50s. They're all you know, like halter tops and stuff like that that I want to wear for when we go to camping or whatever, or just to be home. But yeah, that's that. I'm not gonna show you my clutter. I think you can see I have enough clutter as it is sitting around that I will go through it. There's my computer back there, and then you know um there's more to it that meets the eye. But I wanted to show you that my